Good morning, Long Beach High School on this Friday, February 9th. This is your Morning Wave brought to you by Marines TV. And now in the school news with Melody.
Thanks, James. The Olympic Winter Games 2018 in Pyeongchang, South Korea got underway in thrilling style today, which is tonight on the other side of the world, with a spectacular opening ceremony at the host city's Olympic Stadium. The ceremony will be aired on NBC at 8 p.m. tonight. Stay tuned to Olympic.org, NBC, and the Olympic Channel for 16 action-packed days. 15 sports, 102 medal events, and now into sports news.
Out tomorrow to support your varsity cheerleaders in their first Long Beach cheer competition. The competition starts at 10 a.m. in the high school gym. Hope to see you there. And now, on to sports news.
On Thursday, February 15th, the boys' spring track team will be having a mandatory meeting in room 233 for all those interested in competing this season. All current and new members must attend. See Mr. Malone if you have any questions.
There will be a softball meeting Tuesday, February 13th at 3 o'clock in room 244. All girls interested in trying out for the softball team must attend this very informative meeting.
Dr. Maya Angelou led a prolific life as a singer, dancer, activist, poet, and writer. She inspired generations with lyrical, modern African-American thought that pushed boundaries. Best known for her autobiography, I Know Where the Caged Bird Sings, she gave people the freedom to think about their history in a way that they never had before. And now we have Mrs. Barron with today's Black History Month quote.
Today's quote, "My mission in life is not to merely survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, and some humor and some style."
And now we have a special interview with Miss Spanky, filmed by our man on the street, Dane DePasquale.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Dane DePasquale. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Marines TV. I'm Dane DePasquale, and I'm joined by one of our environmental teachers, Miss Spanky. Miss Spanky, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. So let's get this interview started. You guys recently collected trout. Could you tell me how that process went, and what did you guys do on the whole trip?
Well, our environmental science class went to Cold Spring Harbor Fish Hatchery, and we saw eggs there and trout spawning and that process. So we decided to get some of the fertilized eggs, put them in the tank, and watch them develop. It's a group called Trout Unlimited and Trout in the Classroom, and it's just been a great experience for the biology students and the environmental students.
Over this whole trout experience, students were heavily involved. Could you tell me what they're learning while actually being in the field and what they're doing in the classroom with the trout?
So the students are really looking at the trout life cycle, and they're also looking at the conditions the trout need to live in. So the water has to be about 50 degrees, so we have to have the chiller for that. The oxygen levels have to be maintained, the nitrate, the nitrite, ammonia. So students on a daily basis take water chemistry levels, and they've also seen the development on a daily basis, the changes from egg into actual trout.
So you have, I would say, over about 50, not 50, but a lot of trout. And you're obviously not going to keep all those. How big are they supposed to get, and what are you going to do with them after they have fully grown?
We started with about 500 eggs. Not all the eggs live. So I would say we've had about 20% of them die. Right now, we think we have about 200 small trout. They're about 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters long in the tank. So eventually, they'll get to about 2 inches long in the spring, and then we're going to return them to a river on Long Island where they're native to the area. So we'll just wait for that to happen.
For students who may not know what environmental science is, could you just give an overview about the different classes offered here at Long Beach High School and what to expect in those courses?
For environmental science courses, we have 2 of them. Mr. Anyufrak and I each have 1 section. It's an IB course. We also have marine science, which is a year elective as well. So they learn more about the ocean environment. Environmental science, we're concerned about nature, ecology, and human impacts on the environment. So the kids in our class get to do a lot of studies with the pond and studying organisms and the ecosystem out there, as well as other environmental issues locally and globally. Things like oysters, why the whales are coming close to shore now, global warming, climate change, all the major issues. So it's a great course, and it's relevant to everyone's lives.
All right, Ms. Banky, for the final question, like I always do you have anything to say to the students or the faculty here at Long Beach High School?
I want the kids of Long Beach High School and our whole population here to realize what a great community we have and what a unique and wonderful natural environment we have. With Reynolds Channel, the beaches, the pond, it's just a great place to be aware of our natural surroundings and appreciate that beauty. So look outside and go outside every day.
You heard it here first from Ms. Banky and I, Dane Pasquale. Have a good one.
Thanks, Dane. We look forward to seeing more of your interviews.
For Marines TV, this is James.
And Melody.
Wishing you a happy, healthy, and prosperous Friday.